Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a question from LeetCode called 0, 1 matrix. It's a medium. We're going to jump right into it. Given an m by n binary matrix, mat, return the distance of the nearest 0 for each cell. The distance between two cells sharing a common edge is 1. Example 1, we have a matrix of 0s and 1s. We just have 1, 1 here. And we want to find for all the non-zero cells what the closest distance to a 0 cell is. So we just have one non-zero cell, and the distance here is 1 either from the 0 up here, this one, or this one. So we're just going to return our input exactly as is. Example 2, we have the following input matrix. I'm going to draw it out over here. Our non-zero cells are over here, and we want to find the distance to the closest to 0 possible. I'm going to actually go ahead and cancel out the 1 so we don't confuse the 1 with the distance that we have in that cell. So I'm going to cross this out. So we have our following matrix over here, and for every non-zero element, we want to find the distance to the closest 0. Over here, we would have a distance of 1 because from the top, left, or right, we have a 0, meaning once we get to our cell, we'll just add 1 to that to put us at 1. Over here, we have a 0 up top, so this is 1, and same over here, this is also going to be a 1. Now, this cell over here doesn't have a 0 next to it. This is out of bounds below it. To the right is a 1, so we're just going to add 1 to that, meaning we have a distance of 2 at this cell over here. And since everything is filled out, this is the matrix we'll be returning. This is what we have in our output. Looking at constraints, we know for a fact there's at least 1 0 in our matrix, and every cell is either a 0 or a 1. So how do we solve this? This is actually very simple. We want to solve it through a BFS. We want to find at every single cell the distance to the nearest 0th cell. So what we're going to do is actually start at our 0 cells and branch out in layers, calculating the distance up to the cell we currently are. For example, say we have the following input matrix, right? This is all 0s and 1s. We have our 2 0s here. We want to go out in layers. Initially, I'm going to cancel all these 1s out so we don't confuse the distances. So this is what our matrix is going to look like. And let me get rid of this one here. With a BFS, there are 3 things we want to do every single time. We need to have our starting points. If we're going to go out in a layer, we need to have something to start with so we can branch out. We want to make sure we don't visit previously visited cells. And we want to know how to actually go out and expand. Once we get all these done, we can do a BFS very easily. We know for this problem, we want to figure out the distance to the nearest 0, so our starting points are going to be the cells with the 0s. How do we expand out? Well, that's just moving in our 4 directions, right? Up, down, left, or right. And every time we move, we are just going to add 1 to our current distance. We also want to make sure we're in bounds while moving out. For example, if we start over here, we are at a cell that has a value of 0. We're going to check above us, below us, left and right. Above and left are out of bounds. Right exists, so this is now going to be a distance of 1, as is this over here. Now we do the same thing for this 0 cell. Check above us, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 1, and this is going to be a 1. Now the cells that were just updated are going to be our new starting points for us to expand out again. And remember that third thing, how do we avoid visiting cells we've already visited? So how do we, at this cell, not go back up and update the cell over here? Well, in our case, we know we're only going to get further away from a cell with a 0. So any cell that has a value less than our current value at our cell, we're not going to touch. We're not going to update that. And that's how we avoid revisiting cells we've already visited. This is a cell we've just come from. And we know that because it has a value lower than ours. So at this cell over here, right, we want to do the same thing. We want to expand. This one has a value less than ours. We don't want to touch it. Left is out of bounds. Right is non-existent, so let's go ahead at that 1, and same over here. Now for this one over here, above us is out of bounds, left has a value below us, and over here, again, this value equals us. So if we were to come from this cell, adding 1, we would have 2, and that's greater than what's already in there, so we don't want to touch that. Now the cell over here is empty, so we're just adding 1 to our current distance, meaning we're 2 away from a 0 at this cell. Now what else do we want to do over here? We check left. It's not greater than 1 plus our distance. It needs to be greater than 2 for us to make that update. This one already has been updated. It's already 2, nothing to the right. Bottom is zeroed out. This cell over here, same thing. We don't need to update above, left, to the right. We can update this one over here. Now this one, nothing to update on all four sides. And for this one over here, say we start off with this one, we add 1 to the distance, so we get a 3. Once we can't branch out anymore, there are no more points remaining for us to expand from, we're finished and we're just going to return this matrix as is. Now, the only small detail we want to keep in mind, remember in the beginning we sort of X'd out all the numbers. How do we X that out in our code? Well, we know we only want to make an update if the cell that we are considering has a value greater than 1 plus our own value. So what if we just set every single non-zero element in the beginning of our matrix to be infinity? Nothing is ever going to be higher than that. So the first time we make a check on whether or not we want to update a value, the value that we're adding is always going to be lower than what's already there. So by default, we can just set everything that's not zero to be infinity. That's the high level approach. Let's go ahead and code this up and then we'll run through a complete example. To code this up, we know we want to loop through our matrix first and find all of our starting points. So we just need to loop through. Let's initialize our rows and columns. So rows and columns are going to be length of matrix and length of matrix of 0. Looping through, so for row in range rows, for column in range columns. We want to see what the value at this matrix is. If matrix of row column equals 0, we want to take whatever row column cell we're on and append that to some Q. So let's also initialize a Q. Q is going to be TQ. So to our Q, we are going to append our row and column tuple. If it is not a 0, remember we wanted to set that cell's value to be infinity. So we're going to do matrix at this row column to be float infinity. For example purposes, say we are working with this matrix over here. So the first thing we're going to do is initialize our Q, our rows and columns. So rows is going to be 2 and columns is going to be 3. Looping through, meaning we start off at index 0, 0, this first one over here. We make a check. If matrix row column equals 0, that's not true. It's 1. So what we're going to do is just set this to be infinity. Going back in this for loop, column is now index 1. We make the same check. We're going to set this to be infinity. Going back in this for loop, column moves down to be index 2. And we make a check if matrix at row column equals 0. This is now true. So what we're going to do is to our Q, append our current row and column indices. So it's going to be 0, 2. This is going to be one of our starting points that we want to branch out from. Now there's nothing to loop through again in this column for loop. So we go in this bigger for loop, meaning row is going to be index 1, column is back to index 0. If matrix row column equals 0, that's not true. So this is going to be infinity. Moving down again, if matrix row column equals 0, that's true. So to our Q, we are going to append 1, 1, this cell over here, this row column index. And we go back in our for loop one last time. And what do we have at our matrix row column? We don't have a 0, so we're going to set this to be infinity. Now that we are done out of this block of code, we know our starting points, the zeros that we want to branch out from, and we went ahead and marked all the ones to be infinity. All we want to do now is just go through a queue and get all of our row column tuples. So while there are still elements in this queue that we have, we want to pop left. That way we always process the first thing we have in the queue. First in, first out. So popping, we're going to get a row and column index. So q.pop left. Now in our example, what does that give us? It gives us 0, 2. So our row is going to be 0 and our column C is going to be 2. Writing that over here, we have R being 0 and C being 2, this index over here. We know that this is a 0 and we want to branch out. How do we want to branch out? In the 4 directions. So I'm going to have a list of every cell that I want to check, and that's going to be R plus 1C, what's right below us, R minus 1C, what's directly above us, R C minus 1, what we have to the left, and R C plus 1, what we have to the right. We want to check in all 4 directions, so we're going to have to loop through for row column in check. Remember, what do we want to do? We want to make sure the index we're checking is within bounds. And B, it has a distance that is greater than our current cell's distance plus 1, meaning we have a way to get a smaller distance than what's already in that cell. So we want to make sure if 0 is less than equal to our row, which is less than rows over here, and 0 is less than equal to column, which is less than columns over here. So both the row and column index is in bounds. And matrix at row column is greater than matrix at our current row column, what we just popped off, so RC, plus 1. If this is the case, then we can actually go ahead and update what we have in that cell. So matrix at this row column is going to equal what we have in matrix of RC plus 1. So whatever we are on right now, plus 1. And we're going to take that new updated cell and just append it to Q so we can continue branching out from that cell. So Q.append row column. Once we're done, all we have to do is return our matrix that we have modified in place. So let's go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted. Now before leaving, let's just finish through this example to see exactly how our code is going to work line by line. Picking up right where we left off in our example, we had just popped left, so we had gotten R being 0, C being 2. Now we want to define an array of check the 4 directions we want to check in. So that's going to be 1, 2, what's right below us, -1, 2, what's above us, 0, 1, what's to the left, and 0, 3, what's to the right. Row column is going to start off with 1 and 2. We want to make the following checks. 0 is less than or equal to 1, that's true, which is less than 2, that's true. And our column is 2, so 0 is less than or equal to 2, that's true, and 2 is less than 3, that is also true. So this index is in bounds, and this index over here. So this in bounds, and we want to see the value here. So matrix of row column, so matrix of 1, 2, which is infinity, is greater than matrix of RC, 0, 2 over here. That's also true, meaning we can go ahead and update this. So matrix of row column is now going to equal matrix of RC plus 1. So what do we have at RC, which is 0, 2? We have a 0. Adding 1 to that is going to be a 1. So we have a 1 in this cell over here. Now we're just going to append row column to our Q. So we're going to be appending 1, 2, and going back in our for loop to make our next check. So we're checking with -1, 2. This is immediately going to fail this condition. 0 is not less than or equal to our row of -1. So we can't go in this if condition. We go back in our for loop. We're at 0, 1, which is this index over here. It is in bounds, of course, and we want to see what we have here. So matrix of row column is infinity, and this is greater than what we have in matrix of RC, which is this over here, plus 1. It's infinity. So we're going to go ahead and make that update. So this is also going to get a 1, and we're going to append this row column, 0, 1, to our Q. So this is going to get 0, 1. Last iteration of our for loop, we are making a check with is 0, 3. Now our row is within bounds. 0 is less than or equal to 0, which is less than 2. But while 0 is less than or equal to 3, 3 is not less than 3. So this is out of bounds, right? This is talking about 0, 3, which is index right of this one over here. So we don't go in this if, and we go back in our while loop. Meaning at this point, we've branched out one layer from our first 0th index over here. And now we're going to pop off again, repeat the same process, and work out from this cell over here. So popping left again, our new RC is going to be 1, 1. And we want to check in all 4 directions for this RC. So check. So we have 2, 1 to the bottom, 0, 1 to the top, 1, 0 the left, and 1, 2 the right. Looping through for a row column in our check. We are at 2, 1. This is not in bound. Row is not less than rows. So 2 is not less than 2. It's talking about this cell over here. We go back in the for loop. We're at 0, 1. This is in bounds, but this is not greater than matrix of RC plus 1. So 1, 1, that's 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 is not greater than 1. So we don't need to actually go ahead and update this. It's not going to be better than what we already have. So skipping over this, we go back in our for loop. We're at 1, 0. This is in bounds. And matrix of row column is greater than matrix of RC plus 1. So we can go ahead and make that update. Matrix of row column, 1, 0, is going to equal matrix of RC plus 1. So it's going to get 1. And we append a row column to our Q. So we're adding 1, 0 over here. Going back in the for loop, we're at 1, 2. This is in bounds, but 1 is not greater than 0 plus 1, so we don't make an update. Notice all we're doing is only updating the cells that have a value greater than ours. Branching out from this cell over here, we had this to the top, this to the left, this to the right. Top and right had already been updated, so we didn't actually make those updates. We stopped, right? All we did was make this update, and that's the only cell we added to our queue. So we're done this for loop, and we go back in our queue, and we want to pop left again. So we're going to get 1, 2 as RC. We define check over here, so that's going to be 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 1, and 1, 3. Looping through. Row is going to be 2, column is going to be 2. This is out of bounds, so we skip. Our next row column is going to be 0, 2, this cell over here. This is in bounds, but the value here is not greater than our value plus 1. so we skip again. Now we are at 1, 1. Again, same thing. The value here is not going to be greater than our value plus 1. We skip again, and 1, 3 is out of bounds, so we skip again. There's no update we can make from this cell over here. Notice we didn't actually revisit the cells we had started with, right? And that's good. So going back in our queue, we're just popping left and getting 0, 1 as R and C. So we just popped off this cell over here, branching out in the 4 directions. We have our check list. It's going to be 1, 1, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, and 0, 2. Looping through, we're checking row column 1, 1 over here. This is in bounds, but its value at matrix row column is not greater than matrix of RC plus 1. So we skip. Our next row column is going to be out of bounds. 0 is not less than equal to our row. Going back in the for loop, our new row column is going to be 0, 0. So this is in bounds and it has a value greater than our cell's value plus 1. So we make an update. We're just going to add 1 to our cell's value and set that to be matrix of row column. So ours is 1, adding 1 to that is going to be 2, meaning this is 2. And we append row column to our queue. So we've added 0, 0 here. Going back in this for loop, we're at 0, 2. Remember, this was a starting point, so we're of course not going to visit this. It has a value lower than our own. Going back in our queue now is just going to be removing things. So we have 1, 0 that we pop off and set to be RC. So this is our new starting point, RC, right? 1, 0, branching out in the 4 directions. We have 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, negative 1, and 1, 1. The first thing we come across is 2, 0. This is out of bounds over here, so we skip. Then we have 0, 0. It doesn't have a value greater than our value plus 1. It's exactly that value, our value plus 1. So again, no updates, and we skip. Now 1, negative 1, out of bounds, we skip. And 1, 1, same thing, it has a value less than ours, no need to update, we skip. So while queue, this is still true, there are elements in our queue we just pop off, so we're gonna remove this. Row and column are going to be 0, 0, meaning our check array is gonna look like the following. Looping through, we have 1, 0 over here, value is lower than ours, no updates. Then we check what's above us, so that's going to be negative 1, 0, it's out of bounds, nothing to check. We check to the left, 0, negative 1, out of bounds. And finally to the right, 0, 1, this has a value lower than ours, so nothing to update. And we exit our for loop, go back in our queue. Now queue is empty, so that means we're done, we've processed everything, and we just return our matrix that has been correctly updated. So talking about space and time complexity, we go through our entire matrix once to figure out what the zeros are and assign non-zeros to be infinity. Then once again, as we branch out in layers, we don't visit cells we've already visited. So we're only visiting every cell in our matrix twice, meaning this is an O of n operation. And for space, we're making all of our changes in place, so there's going to be a constant O of 1. So we just did a complete walkthrough of 0, 1 matrix with an example, but if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. If this video was helpful, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one.